Hello and welcome everyone. This is Robert Blackman and welcome tonight to the Profit Leads webinar. And tonight we're going to specifically be going over how to make $780 a month in 30 days. Plus, I'm going to also show you how to make $3,900 a month and beyond as a Profit Leads distributor. So what's your conversion rate? I always talk to people. I coach with people every single day. 9 out of 10 of the coaching clients, I say, what's your conversion rate? And they just, the phone goes silent because they don't know. They don't keep track of the stats. So at ProfitLeads.com, we keep track of the stats. We have a 28% conversion rate. So that means if somebody opts into the website, there's a 28% chance they're going to join. In other words, for every 100 people that opt in at Profit Leads, 28 sign up. Now that is a phenomenal average because the industry average is from 1 to 3%. So to put that in correlation, for the industry average, for every 100 people that opt into a normal website, 1 to 3 order. At Profit Leads, 28 people order. So that's anywhere from 25 to 27 more people just with 100 opt-ins. Why is the difference? It's because we basically have a $7.95 entry point and with very lucrative two-tier 1545 pay plan. Also, Leads solves people problems. So every single distributor out there says, I need more people to talk to. I need to sponsor people. Everyone I've talked to said no, but I need more leads. So the number one problem in network marketing that I have seen, because remember, if you go to ProfitLeads.com, there's a little box down there, and then what does it say? What's your number one marketing problem? What do you think the response is? Good leads, people to talk to, sponsor more people. I need to recruit more. I've run out of people to talk to. My team needs leads. So we solve a major, major problem in network marketing. You need leads, you need the training, you need an autoresponder, and guess what? Your downline needs all those things as well too. Basically tonight, I talked to you in the broadcast out for the webinar was how to make $780 a month in the next 30 days. Well, here's a graphic of how you do it with just 20 customers, 20 lead customers. There's you at the top. That's your business. You go out and sponsor 4 people and help those 4 duplicate. All of them come in for 100 leads a month, which we pay on $100. One of the unique things about our business is we charge you $97 a month for 100 leads, but we pay you on $100. So we pay more than the wholesale price. And if you've been in the business for a while, and you may have noticed that most companies will charge you $100, but they only pay on 50, 60, 70, or 80 BV, CV, PV, whatever they want to call it. Well, we pay more. So basically, I like to say we're more than dollar for dollar at Profit Leads. So that's the graphic, and I want you to take that mentally as we go through the next few slides to show you how to get to $780 a month with just 20 customers in just 30 days. So first, let's do the math. How do we get there, Robert? What's the math? One of the things that I found when I first started and I came up with the concept of Profit Leads is that 9 out of 10 people did not even know their compensation plan of whatever program we were in. It didn't matter if it was a unilevel. Didn't matter if it was a stair-step breakaway. Didn't matter if it was a matrix even or a binary. Most of my downline said, you know, this is all going way over my head. I can't see myself making any money. And if you have a downline full of people that cannot see themselves making money, they will not be in longer than 90 days on average. That's just what I have found. So I decided to design a compensation plan that took advantage of a fact that I read one day. Richard Poe wrote a book about network marketing. It's called Wave 4. And within that book, he talked about that the average distributor never builds an organization below their 3rd level. And I'll say that again. Never builds an organization below the 3rd level. So I started going back to all of my downline reports, and I looked at what I had built, and I was making good money, but I started looking at my downline, and he was right. Richard Poe was right. Most people had 0 people in the business, or they had 1 person in or 2 people, but very, very few, maybe less than 5% of my downline had anybody on their 3rd level or below. So I said to myself, why don't I design a compensation plan that pays out 60%, but pays it out in the first 2 levels, and really teaches people how to get rewarded for doing what we're supposed to do anyway, which is what? Help our frontline people. So in our Profit Leads compensation plan, we do that. We stack the deck in your favor, not the company's favor. You go out on level 1 and sponsor 4 people who come in for $100, That's a total of $400 in sales times 15%. You get paid $60 in your first level. Now, here's what I mean by helping your frontline people. If you go out and help those 4 people do the same thing, just duplicate what you did. Go out and get 4 who get 4. You now have 16 people on your second level times $100. That takes $1,600 times 45%. You're earning $720 a month. So your total down on the bottom left is 60 plus 720 equals $780 a month. Doesn't seem too exciting at the first look at it. Most people can't quit their job for that. Most Social Security checks today are over $1,000 a month, so it can't even replace a Social Security check. But let's look at how powerful that is in our banking system today. If you were going to have this in what we call a CD or a certificate of deposit, it would take a whopping $374,400 if you had a 2.5% interest-bearing CD in your bank. So in other words, if you had a little over $374,000 in the bank at 2.5% interest, they would send you approximately $780 a month in a CD. Now, of course, you're responsible for, the interest income, the taxes, and all that. But that's kind of the philosophy that I took, because I knew everybody knew what a CD was. Everyone knew what a bank was. They had been talked about CDs in their textbooks in finance, business classes, math classes, those type of things, marketing classes. So I said, I've got to build a program at Profit Leads that 100% of the people, when they come in, they can see themselves doing it. And I'm knowing right now you're looking at this, and in your back of your mind, either consciously or subconsciously, you're shaking your head yes, or mentally or emotionally you're saying yes, and you're saying, I could do this. I can see myself getting 4 people. 20 people is not that much. $780 a month would change my life. And I know the majority of you are saying, I had no idea that it took $374,000 in the bank at 2.5% interest to pay me $780. So this is not only an inspiration moment for most people, it's a learning moment. And whenever you get in a position where you can teach your prospects something of value, and they go check the math out, they do the numbers, and they go, you know what, Robert's right. His math is correct. It adds up. This makes sense. In less than 5 minutes, I understand your compensation plan. That's the reason I have been successful for so long in the lead business, is because that's it. I don't have to explain the 16th level. I don't have to explain the matching bonus or the 8 different bonus pools that we have. All I have to show you is how to go out and make an extra paycheck each and every month. Now let me show you something that's really going to drive this home for you. If you want to check out the CD rates, remember my example, I used 2.5%. Tonight I went to Bankrate.com and I saw the overnight CD averages. A 6-month CD is 0.46%. That's less than 0.5%. So if you put your money in the bank for a 1 year, a 1-year CD is 0.79%, a little over 0.75%. And if you're really going to get bold in today's marketplace and take all your money and put it in a 5-year CD, it would yield you 1.71%. So remember my example earlier was at 2.5%, so let's overlay that $780 a month, that group of 20, with real-life numbers. So what would it take on a 6-month CD today at 0.46% to earn $780 a month? It would take over $2 million in the bank to earn $780 a month at 0.46%. At 0.79%, it only takes $1.1 million. Wow, what a break. And at 1.71%, it takes $547,368 in the bank to earn $780 a month. So the question I have for you today, which is the question I ask my prospects almost every single day of the month, is which do you think would be easier for you to do? Go out and work with me over the next 30 days or the next 3 months or 8 months or a year even. Roll up your sleeves. Go work with me to build a group of 20 people. That pays you $780 a month through the Profit Leads pay plan, or go out and put anywhere from $500,000 to $2 million in the bank in that same time period. Which one of these do you think would be easier to do? And I know it's an obvious, silly question, but I've actually had prospects on the other line say, well, let me think about that for a second, because the numbers are just so astounding, because the math is so outrageous, most people don't get it the very first time they see it. But then once they get it, They get a passion, and they go, now I understand, Robert, that if I build a group of 20 at Profit Leads, and I receive a check of $780 a month from you, it's as if I have over $500,000 in the bank at 1.7%. Is that right, Robert? And my answer is yes, you got it. That's the value of the business. So when you're building a group of 20 with us at Profit Leads, you're building an asset. And that's what I want you to look at. It's not a silly asset. It's an asset in the real world terms of over a $500,000 business. That's just amazing to me. So here's what I promised tonight in the webinar. Here's what you do. How to get to $780 a month in just 30 days. You sponsor 4 people in the next 15 days. You now have 4 people on your first level. You teach those 4 to do the same over the next 15 days. You've now got 16 people on your second level. You're now making $780 a month after just 30 days of getting just 4 people in 15 days, and your downline duplicating you. And remember, that initial example I showed, $780 equals $336,000 at 2.5%, or in real world terms at Bankrate.com, it's over $500,000 at 1.7%. So that's your 30-day game plan to go out to the fast track to make $780 a month. Here's a game plan. Maybe you're saying, Robert, I can't do it that fast. I can't sponsor 4 people in 15 days. Okay, no problem. Sponsor 1 person a week for 4 weeks. Okay, that's 30 days. That's 1 person a week for 4 weeks. You've now got 4 people on your first level. Teach those 4 to do the same over the next 4 weeks. You've now got 16 people on your second level. You're now making $780 a month after just 8 weeks of getting 1 a week, and your downline getting 1 person a week. And again, the same math works as far as how much money it takes in the bank. Now, you may be saying, Robert, I don't even think I can do 1 person a week for the next 4 weeks. That's fine. Let's get to $780 a month in the next 8 months. Here's how you do it. You sponsor 1 person a month for the next 4 months. You've now got 4 people on your first level. You teach those 4 to do the same over the next 4 months. You've now got 16 people on your second level. You're now earning $780 a month after just 8 months. So you can see you can stretch this out. You could say 4 years. In 8 years, I'll be at $780 a month. That's how I go out and I sponsor people every single day in this business by showing them that simple game plan. Now, ultimately, I'm always talking to people who say, well, $780 isn't a month. What can your pay plan do? Can it get me more? And I go, absolutely. We can get you close to $50,000 a year by doing this math, $3,900 a month. Go out and sponsor 20 people on your front level and help those 20 get 4. This is what I call a simple group of a 100. If you've been in the business before, let me ask you a question. How many times have you ever had a group of 100? If you had never had one, how many people have you ever heard of having a group of 100 people? 100 people is still very believable. It's not 1,000 people. It's not 10,000. You don't need a group of 100,000 people. You just need 100 people. That's $3,900 a month times 12 months, or $46,800 a year. 9 out of 10 people I talk to today, they tell me that either they could come home from their job, or their spouse or their significant other could come home and quit their job and come home full time at $46,800. I've had several people, a lot of people tell me both of us could come home. So that's the power of this compensation plan. Now, here's what's great about it. You know what it takes in the bank to make $46,800 a year at 2.5%? $1.8 million. But at Bankrate, the real rate of 1.7%, it takes $2.7 million in the bank to earn $3,900 a month. So again, let me ask you the same obvious question. Which would be easier to do? Roll up your sleeves, go to work with me to go build a group of 100 people who all have a product that they need, which is leads and training. It's not some juice or some product, some pill or potion that's going to be rebuilt by somebody else, or the price is lower from someone else, or a different compensation plan or a different system or so on. We're not in a temporary business model here. Until the day mankind dies, everyone's going to need a prospect to talk to in sales. If that wasn't so, McDonald's would not be running ads today. They run ads and commercials today. Why? Because they need to attract what? New customers. Okay, so the lead business is the safest and the most secure income that I have ever had in network marketing. So much so, when I was a lead distributor for a couple other companies, I learned the business and I started my own lead company. That's how much I believe in it. And I've been doing this now for 31 years. So at 1.7% CD, it takes $2.7 million in the bank to earn $3,900 a month. So which would be easier to do? Get a group of 100 or get $2.7 million extra at your job and put it in the bank? Even if it took you a year, 2 years. What if it took you 5 years working with me to build a group of 100? Is that still more doable than $2.7 million? Well, obviously the answer is yes. So that's the methodology and the system that I use every single day of my life to go out and build profit leads. And you know what's great about it is that I get people to come in and they sign up at $7.95, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so how much is your downline worth? Very simple chart that I show everybody that I talk to. And the fact is, once you get a simple group of 3 subscribers, that's 1 who get 2, okay? You're in the profit earning $105 a month. Remember, we charge $97 a month for 100 leads. We pay you on $100. So if you get 3, 1 on your first level, 2 people on your second level, you're earning $105. Sponsor 3 and your leads are free. I'll say that again. Sponsor 3 and your leads are free. That's what makes this compensation plan and program so powerful. It's like getting paid to advertise your network marketing program. Now, $105 isn't much. It takes over $73,000 in the bank at 1.71% to earn $105 a month. So when you go out and get 3 subscribers with us, it's like you have almost $75,000 in the bank. It's an asset. Then work towards getting a simple group of 20 subscribers, 4 who get 4. We've already gone over that, $780 a month. It takes over $500,000 at 1.7% interest to earn that. That's what a group of 20 is worth. Then work towards getting a group of 100. We showed that, 20 who get 4, and you're earning an additional $3,900 a month. It takes $2.7 million at 1.7% interest rate to earn you $3,900 a month. Now, here's people always ask me, yeah, but can you make 6 figures? Absolutely you can. You work towards getting a simple group of 252 subscribers. Sponsor 36 on your front line and help them get 6. And you're earning an additional $10,260 a month, or almost $125,000 a year. Mind-boggling, it takes $7.2 million in the bank at 1.7% interest to earn $10,260 a month. So this is all I focus on every single day, Monday through Sunday. Somebody calls, somebody emails, I send them to this chart, I send them to the website, I talk to them on the phone, I take them through this, because this is the math. And most people can see themselves doing 1, 2, 3, even 4, all 4 of these scenarios. They can see based on their self-esteem, based on their experience. When I'm talking to someone that says, hey, you know, a group of 20, I don't think I can get 4 people. That's when I take them back to the group of 3 and I say, look, sponsor 3 and your leads are free. You're now getting 100 leads a month free of charge coming to you each and every month. What other source can do that for you? That's the power of the downline. So how much does it cost? It's $7.95 for 100 leads on a 30-day trial. It then converts to $97 a month starting the second month. No commissions are paid on the $7.95, of course, but commissions are paid on the second month. When you get to the website, there's an incentive for you to join right out of the gate at $97, where you're able to pick up additional commissions starting on level 3 and beyond. We have a generational bonus that starts on level 3, and you're able to tap into that and be grandfathered in to those additional levels if you come in the business directly at $97 and you skip over, you leapfrog over that 30-day trial and say, I don't need to try the trial. I've got people that need the leads. I need the leads. I need a second income. Let's go to work.